Hey there, Jim here, and in this video, I'm going to show the process that we did for a networking campaign, specifically targeting the first connections of my client who are living within the same area in Singapore. So the messaging here is just a very casual invitation to lunch with them, and the most important variable that we're referencing in this email copy is the distances between the sender's office and the prospect's office. So let's now go over with the list. So this is the list of contacts exported from LinkedIn, which are the first connections of my client. And we find the SG office addresses of the companies first of those prospects. And then we would want to calculate the distances between the sender's office and the prospect's office. So to do that, let's go over with the company table. So I just written that to the other table so that we would check some duplicates and we would not waste too much credits because some prospects may belong to the same company. So anyway, I'll just have the company name, website, LinkedIn URL, company domain, and I just use a prompt on Claygent because it will do web research to determine the Singapore office address of the companies listed. So what we just need is the company name, the company domain, LinkedIn, and the website. So the data should be organized based on the standard address format. So yeah, it's the street name, the building name, and specific district, and of course the country. So we have already run that, and as you can see, there are a lot of results, but there's some that was not found. So we could just exclude that later. And the next enrichment that we will do is use Serper.dev as specifically the endpoint pertaining to Google Maps. So this is the endpoint that we have used to search the actual address found from the Claygent enrichment and then load it here into Serper's Google Maps search. So the data point that we are looking for out of that enrichment is the latitude and the longitude of the office address of the prospect's company, because we will now be able to calculate the great circle distance between the prospect's office and the sender's office. So I have already provided the latitude and the longitude of my client's office in this particular column so that it will be used in this next Claygent enrichment. So we will use a formula. So I just use ChatGPT to help me create the exact formula to calculate the distances between those 2 points. So that is the purpose of that formula. So once we have run that, this will be the output of the formula. So it will be returned into kilometers or meters. So if you're using those unit of measurements. So let's now go back to the contact list table because we will pull or do a lookup out of that company table. So we could now see it here. The office address is provided, the straight line distance, but we won't be using this, of course, in the email copy because it would be too awkward and sounds like it was made by AI. So the logic that we will use in the formula is if the distances is less than 1 kilometer, so we will express it in meters. So if it's more than 1 kilometer, so we'll just use km or kilometers as our basis. So this is the formula that I use. And for example, for this fifth row, so we'll go back to the email copy. Let's say, hi Jim, I've been in Singapore for 9 years and our offices are just 6 km or 6 kilometers apart. We're both in sales, but we've never actually met. How about lunch next week? So it's just a very casual follow-up. And also, since we're aiming for in-person meetings, it will also be beneficial because we will be able to gauge the distance between the prospect's office and your office, because if it's too far away, then we can exclude any of those prospects from our list. So that's it. That's how you find the office addresses of your prospects and then get the straight line distances between their offices and then your offices for a more personalized outreach. So I hope this helps, and happy prospecting.